want to get into the big issue that was going on locally, the school shooting.
Ooh.
That school shooting. What you think about that? Like overall, that I think it was the school fault.
Overall, it's a lot of fingers to be pointed.
Like,
Well, first of all, I'm never gonna condone the young man bringing the gun to school because he could have just stayed home if he was scared. I will say that.
okay,
But I'm not gonna condone it, but I understand it because you gotta understand, things and culture and how young men operate. And sometimes people just ain't gonna quit fucking with you. That's just let's just put that out there. So, and maybe maybe, I don't know if he did stay home a couple of times to avoid getting his ass whooped. I don't know that. We just know what happened that day, and we know a few details that he was being bullied. I saw the video where where the young man was beating him up. And I say the young man was beating him up because he wasn't throwing any punches back. On the video I saw, he had his hands up, like this in front of his face. Now, where the school comes at fault is, because this had been going on for quite some time, and the school was notified of it.
okay.
So they knew what was going on. They knew that these boys were beefing. They knew that it was a fight. It was an issue going on. There has to be better protocol in place when these things are brought to your attention. I don't give a damn if you got to bring them in school escort them to class. If you got to bring them in and talk to them every day. Okay, where are we? What's going on with you? Have they messed with you today? It don't matter if that has to happen every day, but they need to know that there are eyes on them and that, that either you care or something is going to be done. The kids who were doing the bullying, were their parents being notified that they were bullying somebody? And what was the parents' reaction? Because if a parent come in and say, this is the red flag from a parent. So we do a red flag today. My child can't never say what your kids ain't gonna never do. I'm a parent and I'm a young grandparent, so I ain't gonna get up here and tell nobody what they kids ain't gonna never do. You don't know what your children would never do. So when someone tells you something, of course you want to give your child a voice and let them know they loved and that they heard. But like I always know when my kids are lying to me, I can tell when they lying.
Most parents do.
Yeah, and some parents do not because they don't know their kids. It's parents out here that do not know their children. And I also, I was having a conversation with a friend. We was talking about how, when your kids get from around you, they're a whole nother person. That all that yes, ma'am, and blah, blah, blah. Man, I done walked up on my kids plenty of time and be like, oh, I ain't never met that Negro before. Who that? It happens. They are different around their friends. So to say, oh, my child wouldn't bully nobody or nothing like that. You don't know what they trying to do to gain clout or be popular or whatever the case may be. Yeah, they will switch up when they leave from around you.
So what was the situation? What happened? Do you know, like
all I know is rumors, so I don't want to really speak too much on the background because I only have heard rumors.
So what were the rumors?
I heard a rumor that he wasn't being bullied. He had robbed the dude that was beating him up in the video, brother. That one I definitely don't believe because if he big enough to rob, he can fight back. That's just my opinion.
Exactly.
Somebody else said he was trying to be a little dope boy and sell weed. They was bullying him, taking his weed and stuff because he was small and they wasn't trying. I guess they weren't trying to let him be great.
Okay.
That's another rumor I heard. Like I said, these are rumors. I don't have nothing confirmed. I don't know. And we may not ever know the background because if the background makes them look bad, they're probably not going to come out. I'm just keeping it 100. Correct. You're not going to get out here on the news and be like, yeah, he was up at the school selling weed and they jumped him. That make everybody look bad. Ain't nobody going to say, nothing like that. So I don't really know the background of what happened. But obviously there is some beef somewhere amongst him and these young men.
You think this point further? Because I feel like that's an example of why we need to get our kids, our boys, our young men, our young girls out of the public school system altogether.
I mean, I I agree that we do need to get them out the public school system for other reasons, but stuff like people shooting at each other and kids shooting at each other, that goes on outside of school all the time. The only difference in this situation is he just pulled the gun at the school. Niggas was busting, they just get around the corner. It's because I've seen a lot of people say that's what's wrong with these kids today. Pause. Y'all have amnesia. People been shooting. If that's and young kids have been getting a hold to guns. This ain't nothing new. The only thing different is that you don't never really see a black child bring a gun into a school and shoot. But then again, this is not your everyday school shooting. When them white boys be school shooting, they don't give a damn. They ain't got to know you. They just shooting at you. He was aiming at a target. This is isolated.
But I feel like recently, last night, I have Baba Amin from the Huru Academy on.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if we had more young men and young women in Africa Center education, I'm not saying it's gonna solve all of that, but I feel I think that'll get our young people on the right direction. So because none of this really shouldn't be even going. Like I know
we need more black male educators.
Exactly because these white men, mostly white women.
That's most of what educators are, white women.
They definitely don't know how to deal with young men. They don't know how to deal with young men.
And it's not also that some of them you got to keep in mind, these white women and white teachers that you taking around your kids, they smelling in your face. They don't like your black ass. So, or they may, I'm scared of him. Daquan, he has those long dreads and he has a gold tooth in his mouth. Y'all know how they do. They play that fear card. So you have to be mindful. We got to be mindful of that when we are taking our children into these. We put our kids in these institutions. And I'm not bashing anybody because my child goes to a charter school, but some of us don't have that choice. So we have to be able to build where we build ourselves to those options.
But how can we say we serious when we don't try?
That's true. But then again, okay, well, and I'm not saying this to speak negatively. The black institutions that are available, they cost money. And some of us can't afford that.
That's true.
And I'm just keeping it 100. I'm speaking for the broke niggas like me. That's all I'm trying to say. I can't afford it. I can't afford to pay that. I got to put my kids where I ain't got to pay nothing.
So at least we know solution.
That's part of it. We know a solution. So but everybody can't get to that solution. We get there?
We know the government fund public education for everybody in the country.
They fund. Charter schools have a different type of funding, but they get funding.
So how can we get our black funds so we can get our black kids in black funded schools then?
Shit, anybody watching the live, y'all want to call in and answer that question? Because I don't know. Somebody's calling. Press the what? Talk. Hello, you on the line with Revolutionary Talk. What's up?
Hi, this is Leela.
Hi.
I want to speak on real quick about more black male educators because I can tell you from personal experience, we actually have a black male middle school intervention teacher on my campus, and the young men, all of them, but especially our African American young men on our campus, respond to them totally different, and their behavior and their demeanor even changes when he speaks to them. Because they have a sense of, he gives them a sense of pride, and also it's almost like somebody who looks like me, who understands what I go through, is talking to me. And they're coming from a place of empathy, and not just from a place of judgment or a place of, I don't know what you're going through, but I'm just going to tell you what to do and not really try to understand you. So black male teachers are very, very important. Also, I can also say from personal experience on what I've seen that my Caucasian counterpart, some of them, when they discipline our children, they do that in a place of ignorance, and it's willful ignorance because there are so many books out here you can read, and there are so many people you can talk to, and you still don't want to try to change. That's called willful ignorance. And until people are willing to acknowledge their biases, and until people are willing ready to acknowledge the racism, and whether you are a nice person or not, that doesn't mean you're not racist, because when you support racist policies, you're racist. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. So, until people are ready to do that, we're going to continue to see these things in our education system. The young man who was bullied, or whether he was bullied or not, if there was a thorough investigation done from the first jump, when the parents went to school and said, my child's being bullied, this could have been prevented.
Really?
Period.
Yep. Yep.
I
It could
agree.
have been prevented. And as educators, your job is not to say, well, you know what, because they're both black boys, we're not going to do anything about it. Your job is to keep everyone in the school safe. That is your job. When these kids are in your building, from the time they walk in to the time they walk out, they become your prime responsibility. And so when those parents came to them and said, hey, my child's being bullied, and the second time, my child's being bullied, they should open up an investigation. I don't care what kind of privacy these kids have on their Facebook. These school districts have the ability to get through all the firewalls to get these kids' social media accounts. I know it because I've seen it done. They could have went on these kids' social media and figured out what was going on and nipped in the bud a long time ago. But they chose not to.
They lazy.
And so now we have the school shooting. And another thing I want to bring up real quick, I'm sorry,
No, go ahead.
This issue really has me kind of fired up. One thing that I have seen, I don't know if you all have noticed, one thing I have seen on social media and just from talking to different people and listening to conversations, we have this school shooting has really brought people's biases and racism out, because all of a sudden he's not seen as a child, he's seen as a grown, an adult, even though he is a child. And you know, we always see these school shootings. Everybody's like, well, I wonder what they went through. I wonder what they were going through. He's not getting that
He's not getting that.
He's not getting that same consideration. He's not getting that at all. And so you really see the racism coming out in a lot of people from this standpoint. Well, he should have did this, he should have did that. And maybe so, but no one is ever saying this when these Caucasian young men or women go in school, have school students shut the school. There's always, well, I wonder what happened to them. I wonder what was going on in their lives before this happened.
Man,
So
that's some good points.
There are a lot of moving parts to this, and as an educator, it really irritates me. And I saw the superintendent on the news the other night, and not to say that they did not investigate, but when you say that you have a zero tolerance on bullying, then they can't show. Yes, I understand we're purple. They can't show us what's going on, but they could have said, you know what, we did this investigation, and they can't say what they found out. They can assure people there has been an investigation done, but they can't even assure us that there's been an investigation done. They're like, we're going to investigate. Well, it's too late for that.
Yep. And Lila, we appreciate you for
coming. They
coming.
made $1 short.
He trying to wrap you up. But we do. Lila is one of our BEM members, and we appreciate you for calling in. And she's my sister.
That's my 2 cents.
5 cents, because this one on phone 5 minutes. All right.
Any of those points you want to?
Yeah, I want to touch on those, but I'm gonna go ahead and hang up. I just pressed the white button again. I'm sorry, y'all. This our first time calling. I don't know how to work the damn phone. When she said something about a zero tolerance for bullying, that's a slogan to these schools, because they don't have no zero tolerance. There's too much bullying going on. You know, bullying is on a whole nother level than it was when we was younger. Yeah, it's still the same stuff in person, but when you add social media into it, your child can become a meme. They can go viral. You got all these. Yeah, you can't control it.
Only you can discourage it.
Yeah, you can discourage it, but you cannot stop it once they pull their social media out and they get up there and they make that post. You know, you can't, because I could go make a post. I could go in the restroom, go cook me something to eat, then come back and the post done spread like wildfire, depending on what it is. You can blink and something can go viral depending on what it is. So it cannot be controlled because they have their phones. They videoing fights. A lot of these schools, even since my oldest, who is now almost 20 years old, she when she was in junior high, they had a fight page. Her junior high had a fight page on Instagram.
Wow.
So, and I had asked her, I said, Do y'all aware they fought? It was a fight in the locker room yesterday. Cause I saw it on Instagram. Cause I just went and sat on there. She didn't even tell me. I was just finding it. Well, I think I was ended up finding it because her friends would follow my page,
Yeah.
and so then I'm like, why did these kids follow me? But I would never, block them or nothing. I let them follow me. Then it was, it suggests the pages. It suggested workman fights.
Man,
It's all
school is it's like prison.
It's like
jail.
It's like jail. It's like jail, especially for our kids. Because if they was going to school anywhere else, if it was a richer, more higher class neighborhood, I guarantee you the protection will be there. You know what that term protection for your complexion. or whatever.
Yeah.
And one thing, we can go to the next topic after this, but I want to discuss on bullying is, we always bring up bullying when it comes to these kids. Y'all grown asses be on social media bullying folks.
I'm the number one. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not a bully.
I wouldn't consider what you
I'm
be
not
doing a bully, but y'all be grown, be beefing on social media, videoing people in public that you don't even know, and then sharing it on social media. That's bullying. That stuff be going viral. Taking pictures of people that you don't know, posting it on social media, talking about people. We need, as adults, let's turn
learning from.
Boom.
That's where
we keep
from.
Talking about,
why these,
they be like, why are these kids like that? Motherfucker, your ass. You. What the hell, you, because you doing it. Why does he have such a hot temper and you just be snapping all the time? You, because I know my kids hot temper because I'm hot tempered. I say they get that from me. I'm grown enough to admit that my kids might pop off because they mama be popping off. So that's what it is. But we have to address how we act before we start addressing how these kids act. So I mean, if we want them to change, we have to change. We keep talking about this generation fucked up. This generation messed up. Well, they didn't raise themselves. They're not raising themselves, y'all. We have to be accountable for the generation behind us. Just like we cannot continue to fail them by gaslighting with that comment every time we see this generation doing something that we don't like by saying, oh, it's something wrong with the generation. Well, then it must be something wrong with the generation that preceded them because that's where they learned from. You learn from your elders.
And me and you, we come across a lot of these parents, man. And
yeah, we come across a lot of parents. A lot of parents. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. You gotta be accountable, for your kids. Parenthood is hard. It's one of the toughest things that you're gonna do in life. And if you're not ready for it, my suggestion is don't do it. We have kids and I know the cliche statement, oh, you're gonna be all right, and I raised you, you came out all right. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all fucked up out here. Your mama may be telling you all right, but you not. She lying because she don't want to say she did a bad job. She did a bad job.
My question is, the boys that was involved with the fighting, the shooting, where are the fathers?
See, I don't know the answer to that question because I see the mama speaking. I don't see nobody daddy talking. But but I'm gonna say this: even if they daddies are around, he probably somewhere with his nuts tucked in. Because at the end of the day, who want to get up there and show that that's their son? So mama's gonna always speak and protect their babies. But I will say I can't say because ain't no daddy showing their face.
That's one of the problems.
That's a problem. That's a huge problem.
That's a big problem. That's a big problem.
That's a big problem.
We need more men in the household.
And I'm not gonna say because it's men. It's men in their fathers. It's fathers in their children's lives. But it can be detrimental in our society when it's not.
Any society,
but in ours it's a little different. And the reason why I say ours is different because and I'm gonna speak on this. I'm sorry, but because we talk about how bad these kids act and why these kids do this and why these kids do that. But culturally, it's what they exposed to. It's our culture that's on TV. What shows do we have? Power, Raising Kanan, Snowfall, selling dope, niggas fighting, niggas shooting. Our girls? What do they have? You know what I'm saying? I'm not dissing none of them.
There you are.
I'm not dissing them, but I'm saying I'm gonna go down that road because it's not for children. But our children are exposed to it. You got little girls being these women for Halloween. That's not for children.
Yeah,
that's for adults. Hell, we done had kids beat Nicki Minaj for Halloween. And y'all stop that shit. I can't stand it. Halloween coming up. I just want to make an announcement. The kids want to be kids. Don't dress their ass up as goddamn these damn grown ass people that they don't have no business knowing nothing about.
Why they don't need to know about dress?
They don't need to know. They don't need to know about Nicki Minaj.
Why not?
Because Nicki Minaj rapping about her coochie. She don't need. They don't need to know. They don't need to know about her. They don't need to know about Megan Thee Stallion.
But this is the generation of sexual liberation.
A child shouldn't be sexually liberated. You know what I'm talking about. Don't start that shit.
Some parents.
And that's not true. Sexual liberation is not for children. It's not for children.
Justice says,
The
I
only
heard
liberation
Justice
your
said.
child should have is with Nick Jr. Shit, let them be liberated with bubble guppies and whatever. All I know about is bubble guppies. That's my grandson. Watch. I don't know whatever else is new out there. I don't know shit about it.
Oh,
Well, cocoa melon. Yeah,
I don't know none of
man,
those.
some annoying shit. It's annoying.
Is it?
Very, very. As soon as I hear that little white boy voice,
What's the voice?
cocoa melon.
Hell no. Hell no.
I'll be like, oh damn, he watching that again.
Oh man. So man, that's crazy. So another thing that came about, I've been seeing it on social media is me and you, we already talked about this on the live stream, a little bit of it. Joe Biden, the budget cuts. Was it like 40 billion?
I don't know how much it was, but he cut a lot from the HBCUs.
Man,
Now
I still haven't heard his supporters come out of nowhere.
they haven't come out of anything bad that Biden has done because who's going? I mean, you know, when we wrong, we quiet when we wrong. So you know, ain't nobody gonna say nothing about. Ain't nobody coming back. Y'all was loud as shit during the election. But they was mostly loud because of Kamala. But that's still his vice president, and she went to a HBCU.
And that's the part. And that's crazy. She went to a HBCU and they cut money.
But see, this is let's take it. See, I'm kind of glad you went down that road because y'all was all talking shit about how black she was when she ain't black. Because it don't even say it on her damn birth certificate. I'm gonna say it. I don't give a damn. And also, y'all was all chucks and pearls, and my president looked like me, and I don't know who the hell. I don't know nobody black that look like her. But anyway, I know that's y'all girl, but she was pandering the little bit of blackness that she got in her. That's what she was doing. She was pandering it. She was dancing. She was all this, all that, repping sisterhood and all that. And now, boom, she gone. We heard nothing. Quiet as a damn mouse. Why them schools is losing money? Quiet as a damn mouse. Why they not getting no money? I mean, and I ain't trying to be funny. Shit, Obama did the same thing. He was black, singing out green, as black as he could goddamn be while he was running. He wasn't even raised by nobody black. So I mean, I'm just keeping it real.
He was.
He didn't pander that bad, but he did pander. He pandered that black shit.
He didn't disappear like Joe Biden.
But he didn't. And they
would put sugar on Lisa shit. Joe Biden ain't even.
He put a lot of sugar on shit.
But Joe Biden ain't even putting sugar on the shit.
No, he not. Because he don't have to. Because at this point, niggas too far gone. He don't have to put sugar on shit. When he knew he didn't have to put sugar on shit when he said, if you don't vote for me, I ain't black, and niggas wasn't even mad. So you ain't got to put sugar on shit after that.
What I know about the funding for the HBCUs, and this is coming from Howard University.
Okay.
So the alumnus actually saying, some people are the alumni that's affiliated with the school.
Mm-hmm.
What they're saying is the funding was not removed.
Mm-hmm.
It was put on hold. Because just like they give funding for other schools,
Mm-hmm.
students with special needs and stuff like that, they were saying that HBCUs need to put mechanisms in place so they can let the government know what they're doing with the money.
Okay.
So until those mechanisms are put in place, then that money will come back to universities.
So they need to tell Uncle Joe what they do in the government. So they haven't been doing that.
They haven't got the mechanisms in place. All of them don't. Some of them don't, but most of them don't. So they got to put some system
okay.
in. It's a contribution.
Yeah.
School, but it's mandated from the federal government. That's already been mandated. It's law.
Mm-hmm.
That money is not gone forever. It's just on hold until they put those mechanisms back in place.
Okay. So do other institutions have their mechanisms in place?
A lot of them do. A lot of
okay.
Who getting it, like those who like state colleges.
Yeah.
The states are regulating that. Howard's a private school. A lot of the ones are private school. Like there are some that are run by the states as well.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that think got it in place. The ones like Howard and Tuskegee. And
so how long were they warned to get that together?
Well, actually, this thing started with Trump.
I saw a comment like that on Facebook. Yeah, that's why I told you I need to do my research.
He did so much for black schools. That was something that started his administration.
Mm-hmm.
But they just put the money out there because they wanted to put it out there so he can have, wave his hand and say, I did this. But there was nothing in place by the university saying, hey, the government is saying, now that Biden got his people in place, through, I forgot which agency right now,
mm-hmm.
but they're saying, okay, look, Congress is kind of pushing this too. We need to make sure the money is going to be used properly.
Okay.
It's not going to some president somewhere within the universities. Those other schools that have those special needs and special programs, same type of funding is given to them from the federal government. They have them in place. And some HBCUs are getting the money because they have that mechanism. They just saying it's on hold. It's not gone. The money's already been mandated.
So somebody need to come out and say something then.
It's already been procured.
Why no one is coming out saying something?
Because it's news.
Cause
And somebody's getting paid.
This is negative. Like this is hurting their administration.
Well,
Nobody knows what you said.
I don't think it'll hurt their administration that bad.
Shit, it's taking a hit.
if the Republicans want to use it, they can say that.
Yeah,
But
if the Republicans want to go
Because we
go
all,
against
now
that.
on our timeline on Facebook,
I haven't seen it that much.
I
I haven't seen it that much on my time. But you follow more. I follow more my classmates.
Okay.
You follow more. You know,
Okay.
because I talk. You know,
Yeah.
y'all send me friend requests and y'all gonna delete me within a week. Cause I might say something. They be like, oh, that ain't shit. That's why I don't be approving no more damn friend requests.
well, this will make the HBCUs better.
Okay.
Now you put the controls in there where the money can be, because it's public money. So even though it's a private school, it's public money. So the public needs to know, Congress needs to know which money's being used for. Because it's donations, like with any party that's not.
Yeah.
So that's all.
I mean, your government control.
But it don't look good.
No, it don't.
It don't look good.
And Sister Girl should have came out and said exactly.
She should have came out
what
because
Kenny
she
said.
don't give a damn.
But there's a possibility that she will. Because she's still part of the alum. You know, she's still part of that. Just like what's his name, Rashad. She's still part of it. So what I'm saying is these are people.
We gonna be waiting.
It's not. But
Your
everything
face.
don't always hit mainstream media.
No, it don't, because
They don't.
a lot of important things don't hit mainstream media,
If it's
especially when it's about us.
if it's a positive thing, it won't get out there as fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
We gonna see.
like I say,
If we as long as we shooting and spraying, they gonna report that shit.
the no travels faster than the yes. Meaning, if
Yeah.
you're applying for a loan, they'll give you a no quick. The yes might take
That
a
yes,
while.
that yes gonna
You know
take 2
what I'm saying?
weeks.
It take you two months. After they scan it.
What else you want to talk about?
Sorry for doing your show.
No,
You good? You corrected us.
You
You
put
corrected
clarity
us.
out there.
Exactly.
Because
Because I had he sent me the subject and I was like, I don't know enough about that shit. I don't know what's going on with that. I just know the funding cuts, but I didn't know the A to the B to the C. I didn't know all of that.
And then it'll be the last
That's
thing.
why I'm trying to read it. No, I'm sorry. I got resources out there, you know.
But I don't know if you watched this last night, the live stream last night. But me and Baba, we was talking about foundational Black Americans.
Okay.
And
Pan African. I saw the topic, but I didn't watch it because I was out with
But you kind of know a little bit about the topic, like like you have people that claim to be foundational Black
FBA
Americans.
and then ADOS and all that.
They like really not.
They don't fool with the people with Pan Africanism means we connected globally. People that say I'm just shooting out the education for the viewers who don't know, because I just ran up on this stuff recently, maybe a year ago. And people who say they are foundational Black Americans, those are people who can trace their roots back to slavery. Am I correct?
You right, and also they some say or was always native to this land.
Yeah, okay. They was native to the land.
Yeah.
They can't trace, they don't believe all that and blah 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 blah. Some more divisive ass shit, if you ask me. But that's just me. I just think it's a little divisive.
Do you think it's like me and Barbara and me was talking about this? Let me ask you, do you think it's a little truth into that? Because
I will say this, because I have seen posts from people who are FBA and Tariq, and I don't really too much care for the brother, but I still follow him because some shit he do be. I try to get all sides. Sometimes I don't follow people for liking them. I follow them so I can know what's going on. So and some folks I just can't stomach your ass. I'm just gonna have to unfollow. But anyway, because there is division. You do see people from other countries who are Black who say a lot of negative things about us who we consider ourselves, African Americans, it's a lot of negativity from other cultures about us, about who we are. And think hell, there was division when the Jamaicans was running against Shikari. People was talking shit back and forth.
She
and
brought it on herself though.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the shit that the Jamaicans was saying about Americans. Like, yeah, hold on. I'm like, bam. They just running. Yeah, they just running a race. What we got to do with that? We ain't her. You know what I'm saying? So it was divisiveness in the comment section. I'm like, goddamn, now y'all talking about food and the food we eat, and our food ain't genuine and all that.
Exactly. And they always have done that.
So I see it. I still but this is the way I look at that. When we come to us FBA ADOS Negroes, we do the same shit to each other without having somebody from another country talking shit. We hate on each other. So it's self-hate regardless of what part of the continent we sitting on as black people. It's just a different type of, they just got a different spin on the self-hate. It's like when we self-hate amongst each other, when we, talk about our hair, or when some of us are a little bit too, we can tell we want to be in proximity to whiteness and shit like that. It's the same spin. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's self-hate no matter how you roll it up. It's still self-hate, and that's how I look at it. And I try not to get into them arguments with them. I don't want to be having nothing to do with it, but that's how I look at it. I don't look at it no different when I see a self-hating African American. I see a self-hating Jamaican. I see a self-hating Nigerian. Y'all are some self-hating ass niggas, if you ask me. That's just how I see it.
And now I do agree with you on that. But another part, usually I rock with FBA. But when they said, man, fuck them Haitians,
I saw a lot of that. I saw a lot of that too. I saw a lot of that too.
Maybe I'm too soft with it. I couldn't go that far.
First of all, to say, F somebody that's in suffrage, that, to me, I feel like this, because sometimes you don't be knowing the difference amongst, white folks don't be knowing the difference amongst us sometimes, depending on the environment that we are in. So I would never say fuck nobody who hair coils like mine, whose skin is dark like mine. It ain't in me to do that. It's just not. I can't. So when I saw the whole, fuck them Haitians, they ain't one of us, and da 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 da. I can't. White. First of all, white supremacy is global, and I think that's why we have the issues that we have. And the self-hate amongst us is another thing that's also global. We don't have all the facts when we arguing amongst each other. Mm-hmm. We going off our emotions. A lot of it is ignorance. Black people who are FBA, we need to tap in. Our culture's gonna always be different from each other. We live in different worlds, and that's fine. And we need to learn to appreciate that and things like that. We always looking at the negative, because I do see y'all on comment, y'all be arguing about the difference in the men and the difference in the women. I done dated a damn Jamaican. Shit, they ain't wrapped too tight. Just like you goddamn FBA men ain't wrapped that goddamn tight.
No, we wrap it just fine.
Moving on. Moving on. Red flag.
Red flag.
Red flag.
but and that's my biggest thing is with non-FBA people is they what gets me when they say we don't have culture. Mm-hmm. That would get me. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers always taking our culture. How you gonna say we don't have?
Cause yeah, like when they say we don't have culture, the hairstyles, the dances, show TV, hip hop, music. That shit, a lot of that shit come from over here. Just like we grab some of theirs too. But first of all,
dashikis.
No, we ain't grabbing that. Well, dashikis, that ain't ours. That ain't FBA.
I'm not talking about theirs. That's the only thing I see we grab.
Well, the braids, because back in the day with women, y'all know we used to go to African shops and get braided the hell up. They can get you in and out, but you can't keep going because your edge is gonna be gone. But you gotta take a break. You gotta let that scalp breathe. But I will say, to me, American Black American culture has become global because hell, even the damn Chinese be biting. Everybody bites Black Americans when it comes,
and that's
especially clothes.
Yep.
Clothes. Now dress, they damn show.
And that's another good discussion. Like me and Baba, we was talking about, and he made a good point. He said like, it just need to be general education about when they come over here because they've been miseducated. So they need to.
That's what happens when you allow TV to educate you.
Exactly.
And then also you have to put accountability on people as well. I understand y'all watching TV, but we should all know it's 2021. We know how false TV can be. Y'all actually need to pick up a book, and that goes for hell. All y'all black asses. It don't matter what part of the continent you come from. Yeah. Stop allowing it's a lot of y'all, like Leela said earlier, willful ignorance is what it is. Because at this point, if you don't know how to find information at this point, when we live in the age of information, it's right here. All you gotta do is pick up your phone, you watching what white media puts out. We know that they're gonna put out negative things about us. We should know by now. And if you don't know that by now, that's willful ignorance. I hear people say, well, so and so on the news said so and so. I say, you mean that white owned media? The white folks? Don't come tell me what nobody white said. I don't want to hear that. Because at the end of the day, y'all, we should know by now how they do us. So don't ever come tell me. Because I don't want to hear that shit. Because I'm going to send you right back to they white asses. I don't want to hear that because you already know they lying. Because that's what they've always done. I mean, they always spend the tax. And I want to touch on this real quick because I know you might have had on that list. We see right now, I can't think of her name, the young white girl that went missing and they found her body. And the white boy that they presume that has killed her is on the run, and it's all over the media. While meanwhile, there was a young black man found in Peru, Illinois, found in the water, and his body was in the morgue for 20 days before his mother was able to ID. They had got a positive ID on his body. That right there should tell y'all. This brings me back to I can't remember how many years this was ago, but that white girl that had went missing in Aruba. And at the same time, in the same time she went missing, a young black girl. No, you was not, because I was grown. I was about 18, and you older than me. You wasn't in no damn junior high.
Oh well, it feels like it was 20 years ago.
Your mind's still in junior high. But anyway, a young black girl went missing the same time she did. And she went missing right here in the U.S. and she did not get the national attention that young white girl did. It's the same thing. That was damn. I didn't even Jada wasn't even born in when that happened. All them years ago, white media has not changed, and we have to understand that as black people. And I still see, and we also have to be black people. And I know this may be hard for us because I know a lot of us, we real sympathetic to shit we shouldn't be sympathetic to. Like that situation I'm talking about right now. Hell, that ain't one of ours. That ain't one of ours went missing, and we shouldn't be sharing her ass. They outnumber us anyway. It's enough of them. Y'all need to be focused on your own that's out here missing. You know what I'm saying? She got the media. She got CNN on her side.
It could come back to we don't value ourselves.
It does come back to that. Oh, that's a shame. But y'all see that white girl that had went missing, man? Look, I seen Ross in the comments talking about, we don't give a damn.
I wish he would have called in tonight. I know he would.
He was like, we don't give a damn. We don't give a damn about her. And and be honest, I can't look at that. I wouldn't wish that on nobody's mama to be crying at night about their daughter. But I'm focused on my own people at the end of the day. And I want to know what happened to that young brother. They found his car miles away. They found his wallet in another location. I read this on Facebook, and I haven't done a lot of research on the says it's true, but where he's found, they say that is what you call a sundown town. Oh, it's a racist city. Yeah. So, and and that's another thing I want to touch on. They do still exist. Black people, y'all need to be a little more careful when y'all with y'all. I know, with y'all when y'all white friends, and y'all the only black person, when y'all the token Negro in the group. We getting a little tired of y'all winding up missing and something happening to y'all.
We recently had the situation here with the lady in that house.
gotta be more
Got
careful.
to be more careful.
First of all, we all raised different. I don't raise my kids. My kids ain't gonna be no token Negro. I ain't gonna allow it. Now it's just not gonna happen. I drop my kids off somewhere. Ain't nobody black up in here.
Get your ass back.
Come on, get back in the car. Come on, get back in the car. Hell, the young boy in Plano where they made him drink the pee.
He was the only one.
The only black child there. The only black child there. And I wish my child would come home and tell me somebody made him drink pee. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Because you should have beat everybody's ass up in there. And after I whoop your ass, we finna go beat their ass.
And that's how we gonna end it. If your child is the only black person, bring their ass
back to the house.
But before we end it, Jessica, you want anything? You want to shout out anybody? You want to tell the people anything?
I just want to remind y'all again, Saturday from 3 to 5 is the dedication of the Funky Town Fridge. It's going to be in honor of Tatiana Jefferson. Make sure October 12th going forth is Tay Day. Make sure we remember that, keep her honor, keep her spirit alive. We need to be on top of that as a people. Her family shouldn't be going through it alone. Just keep in mind, because that could have been any one of us. So I always keep them in mind in prayer when you burn your sage, whatever the hell it is you do. We know y'all all do a little something different nowadays, but whatever you do, make sure you keep Amber and Ashley and their brother. I'm sorry, I don't know their brother's name, but make sure you keep them lifted. And Zion, Amber's son, who did witness that night. But keep the entire family, uplifted. Make sure y'all, because I'm going to say it before Kintu do, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. I knew your ass was going to say. I was trying to beat you to it.
Yeah. Y'all do that, because whether you're watching it now, you go back, you watching this on YouTube right now when I upload it to YouTube. But, hey, subscribe. When you subscribe, hit the notification bell. And share videos. We're trying to grow the channel. We're trying to bring good content like this. We've been consistent with it. So, hey, do us a favor. Help us grow the channel. Share the videos. Like it. Subscribe. But, hey, we appreciate you for watching. And as always, all power to the people. Hey, we out.